All right. Good morning, everybody. Today we're working on the TryHackMe box for billing. It's just an easy room, and it's basically a boot to root user and root text flags. So let's go ahead and start the machine. I'm just going to pause this while it boots up. All right. So the machine is up and running. So let's first, we can come over here and do an nmap scan. And let's see what we have. While that's running, I'm actually going to just try come into it. All right, so it does look like we have some sort of Magnus billing. It's a billing software, it looks like. All right, so M billing. All right, so upon a little bit of research here, we do see Magnus billing it's an open source software for billing for voice, for VoIP. And I did a little digging, and it actually looks like there is an exploit available in Metasploit. So this might be easy indeed. All right, so we can search for Magnus. And look at that. We have an exploit here for the Magnus billing, an unauthorized RCE. So let's use that. And we'll set the R hosts to an IP. We'll set our L hosts to ours. Wow. If I could type. All right. So now let's just try running that. And it's performing the command injection test. And the target is vulnerable. Executing the PHP, and then it deletes it afterwards. And we do have a session opened. So now that we have this, we can actually just drop straight into a shell. And I'm going to just make it a little prettier with the Python import. Spawn. Oh, I forgot the actual. Yeah. We'll try that again. I forgot the last apostrophe. All right, so we have that there. There we go. Oops. All right, so now that we're in here, we can see if we can go to home, and we have a Magnus. And look, there's the user.txt right there. So the user is easy. We have access to read that. And so now we're just going to drop back out here, and we'll just run the sudo L. So we have user asterisk may run the following programs on billing. So we have this user fail to ban client with no password we can run. So now we have to do a little digging on what the fail to ban is. All right. So I did a little digging. Fail to ban is basically just, like it says here, the intrusion prevention software that's written in Python. Basically, it just scans your server. The primary goal is to prevent brute force attacks, where if it repeatedly detects multiple logins, then it can block IPs. So upon looking at how it runs, I found this here for a Linux privilege escalation, and what we can do. So let me check here. So if we do sudo fail, bin fail to ban client status. So it shows here there's a number of jails, basically just number of sections and how it blocks. There's blacklist, and then there's SHD. So if it detects any logins, you can also see sudo user bin banned. Okay, yeah. So it doesn't look like there's anything in there right now. But in the exploit, basically what it says, we're going to restart the service. Fail to ban client, restart. Oh, again, if I could type. No. Let's try this again. All right. Let's try this again. So, sudo user bin fail to ban client restart. All right, so it's restarting the service. So now, basically what we have to do is we have to set an action. So when you do, let's do it here, user bin fail to ban client, we set the SSHD action. So when this action of the IP tables multi-port action, when we set the ban on an IP address, we want this to run. So we're going to do bin bash, and then we want it to cat the root flag, but it won't display on the screen. So we actually have to have it export to the temp folder. But we won't have, because this is root doing this, we won't have access to read that. So we have to actually add the command in here to change it to the full permission. Now we set that. What we have to do, this only runs when we ban an IP address. So we're actually going to have to run the command to ban an IP address, which is just sudo user bin fail to ban client. And then we set the SSHD, ban the IP, and then we'll just do the local host. And it gave us an output of 1, which means it's successful. So now if we go into the temp file, temp folder, we have a root flag. And we can cat it, but I'm not going to. And we see that we do have all privileges, so we should be able to open that up with no problems. It was more research, which is the way it usually is, I guess. The fail to ban privilege escalation, I can drop these in the links as well. But it was definitely a box that was fun to learn. I've never heard of fail to ban, so it's a cool service. Obviously not secure, but that's the billing room. Thank you for watching.